number one mod to avoid. I don't even know if you want to call this a mod. I would call this a downgrade, because I had it, and it is the worst thing I've put on this truck, period.
There can't be two Alpha Titans.
Who bows to who?
Kong bows to no one.
The world needs Kong.
There's something provoking into war.
All right, guys, what is going on? Today's video, we are going to talk about 5 modifications to your RAM to completely avoid when modifying your RAM or upgrading your RAM, whichever. Sometimes you need to upgrade if something breaks or something like that, and you want to go to an OE or an aftermarket part, something that you think's better than the OEM part, possibly or possibly not. But I got 5 mods that I'm going to tell you to stay away from. You know what I mean? There's better ones out there, and these 5 are not the best selection, guys, but yeah, I'm going to go over that now, and let's get started with it. If you guys are new to the channel, I have a completely highly modified Ram 1500. It has a completely forged 392 and a Whipple supercharger. Almost everything about this truck has been modified, from the front to the rear to everything. So yeah, I know what works, what doesn't work, what breaks, what doesn't break, and I hope to help you guys out in the video here and for you guys to get started on your RAM builds. And yeah, some of you guys might have these mods, some of you guys may not. You may have thought about getting one of these mods and then said, oh no, maybe I'll go with this. Hopefully it helps you out, guys, and yeah, let's get started with the video. Now we're gonna get started with this list here, and like I said, I've been through basically most of these, maybe all of them. I gotta go down and see what I have, but we're gonna go with number 5 on my list. And number 5 is the 5.7 ported intake manifold. Now, the 5.7, I actually had the 5.7 ported intake manifold on this truck when it was NA and before I went crazy and stuff like that. And I'm not too sure how much we picked up. I believe we did pick up a little bit. Now, the reason I'm saying to avoid this mod is because of price range compared to now the 6.4 intake manifold. Now, most of these you're going to be able to get on MMX. You can get them, really, you can port them yourself. You can, MMX sells them, and you can either port it or port them yourself or send it out. It's a plastic manifold. It's a stock manifold on the truck. The reason I say don't get it is because if you're, number one, if you're going to spend the money on going out and wanting to get as much performance out of it, and you want to get a new manifold, I spent the money, to be honest with you. The reason I'm putting this on my list is that the mods to avoid is because there are better options. That is exactly why. And especially being NA, or even if you're going boosted and, with a centrifugal or turbo, the 5.7 plastic intake manifold, just completely avoid it in general. Upgrade that. Now, the number one upgrade for the NA 5.7 Rams is, for the manifolds, is the 6.4 truck manifold. Hands down, multiple times. Even a ported 5.7 manifold is not competing in how much power you're getting compared to the 6.4 truck manifold. And I've had both, so I know what works. I've had the stock 5.7, I had the ported 5.7, and then I went to a 6.4. I didn't port the 6.4 runners. I did port the opening because I had a bigger Hellcat throttle body, so I had to port the opening so the airflow would go through and it wouldn't hit a wall, or you know what I mean. The way it had to be ported to the port match the opening of the manifold, the port match the size of the Hellcat throttle body adapter, because I had to put an adapter on, obviously, for the Hellcat throttle body, guys. So that's number 5. Don't go out, waste your money, and spend $400 or $300 on getting your manifold ported. You might as well take that $300-400, save it up, save up another. You might even be able to find a 6.4 manifold for that price, a new one. I bought mine for, I think, $550. MMX sells them for, I think, $700. I bought mine on eBay. MMX sells them, and Moe's sells them brand new, I think, for $750. I'm going to put a price range up on their website here, guys, so I may be off a little bit. But as you can see, the price range of getting the 5.7 ported from MMX is $350. And if you don't have a core to send yours, they're going to charge you a core. You send it back. And I actually did that through MMX, and mine broke in shipping. So I got screwed, and I paid $700 for a ported intake manifold. At the time, the 6.4 manifolds were not there, so that's what we have for that, for my experience with the ported 5.7 versus 6.4. Just like I said, you're going to get some power out of the ported 5.7, but just stay away from it. Go right to the 6.4. If it costs a little bit more, but just save that little bit extra, you're going to get much more performance out of it, guys. And yeah, that's number 5 for mods to avoid. Guys, number 4 on the list. Number 4 on the list, I do not have. I would never buy. I've actually mentioned this in another video of the worst mods, to like the most useless mods. I think that video was called. I can't remember. I made it 5 years ago. Is the pedal commander. You're spending $300 on a device to make your throttle touchier. That's all it is. It's more throttle response for $300. Why? You know, if you're already tuned, if you already have a tuning device, there's no need to get a pedal commander at all. Absolutely zero thing, because they can adjust that in the tune. And like I said, you're spending $300 to make a little bit throttle response. It does 0 for performance. I've driven one. Yeah, it is touchy. I'm not gonna lie. You touch it, you feel it. It's very touchy. But I don't know if you want that all the time, and do you need that all the time. I don't know. But if you're spending $300 to literally have better throttle response when you can adjust that in the tune, then good for you guys. You know what I mean? But if you don't, and you're trying to think what you should get, you know, take the $300 and save up for a Diablo tuner. I have a Diablo tuner i3, and I know you can adjust throttle sensitivity in there. I don't know how much. I'd let Jay does all my tuning, Jay Greene. So, you know, I know he could turn it up more, but I don't know if you could turn it up as high as that thing goes. You probably can, to be honest with you, because they both go to the OBD2 port and adjust in the the tune, I guess. I don't know, but I would never spend $300 on something that just makes your throttle a little bit touchier. Really, is what it is. When you could save the $300 and put it towards a tuner. And I think the i3 right now is $489, and he spent $600 for the Trinity. And obviously, you could you can tune anything with that. Supercharged vehicle. Like I said, I have a fully forged 392 in this with a Whipple supercharger being tuned through Diablo. Mod to Fame, he's got a 426 twin turbo Hellcat being tuned through Diablo. So you don't need anything crazy. HP Tuners is great too, but Diablo's great, and you're going to save more money with Diablo. So yeah. Save your money, get a tuner. Don't go bother near a pedal commander, guys. It is a useless device. You're spending $300 to make your gas pedal a little touchier. That's really what it is. You can spend that towards something much better. Much better. All right, guys, number 3 on my list is kind of debatable, I guess you can say, because in the long run it may help you more, but if you're just modifying, then it's completely unnecessary, and just avoid it if you can. And that is a huge bore throttle body. You don't need a 90+ millimeter throttle body on a stock 5.7 motor. It's just unnecessary. Even when I was cammed, ported heads, everything else, I put the Hellcat throttle body on and thinking it's all right, gonna maybe pick up a little bit. I had a Fastman 84 millimeter. Now the Fastman 84 millimeter was a stock one, just ported to a true bore of 84 millimeters. Stock is 80 millimeters. So yeah, and they got Moe's 87, and they got the Fastman's 82. They got all them lower 82, 87s, 84 Fastman. They're all perfect. They're all the stock. Excuse me. No, I'm sorry, guys. They're all the stock throttle bodies, just ported basically, and you will pick up some off of the stock throttle body. So what I would suggest is you don't need to go out and put a Hellcat throttle body or a 90 millimeter BBK or some 102 millimeter throttle bodies. Like, these things are completely useless at your power level. Now, if you're boosted, throttle body is going to help. And now, if you're cammed, all right, let me give you guys an example why I say it's a maybe. Well, when I didn't gain any actual performance from going from an 84, which is Fastman's recommended for cammed 5.7s, to the Hellcat. The only thing that the Hellcat throttle body did over the 84 is, I'm not going to lie about this, it gave it better drivability. It idled better, it drove smoother. I mean, it wasn't like anything crazy. It definitely had a little more throttle response because obviously the bigger bore, 84 to 92 millimeter, but it didn't get anything of performance. And Matt's fastest 5.7 NA guy, Sam something, I don't even know if he has his truck anymore, I don't remember his name. Sam something ran I think just a Mohs throttle body, just basically a Mohs throttle body. And when I did testing from the Mohs throttle body to stock, I picked up a 10th every time on the Mohs. When I first bought the Mohs throttle body, I did a test at the track, back-to-back passes, and I put the stock. I did it with stock. I put the Mohs on and went a 10th faster. I put the stock one back on and went a 10th slower. Waited a little bit, put the Mohs back on, and went back to the 10th. So I ran a 10th faster with the Mohs every time. And I don't think I picked up much, if anything at all, from the Mohs 87 to the Fastman 84. Wasn't much of a difference. Now, the reason Mohs 87, it goes from 80 and it tapers to 87. The Fastman 84 is 84 all the way around. And tapers, I think, to 88. I think that's what it says on the Fastman's website. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, you don't need huge bore throttle bodies. Like I said, if you're going big stroker or big boy power, then yes, the throttle body will help you. But if you're just, say you just, even if you want to go full on 5.7, like NA Beast 5.7, Kyle Tingle went 10.6s. I don't think he had a Hellcat throttle body, or he ran his best with a Fastman or even stock. So it's unnecessary. You don't need it, guys. Save your money and just, because if you get that, also you need an adapter. Adapter's like another $200. So you don't need to spend $600 on a throttle body. That's not going to get you any performance at all. Like I had a big cam, ported heads, stuff like that, the 6.4 intake manifold, and I had the Hellcat throttle body. It did drive better with the Hellcat throttle body, but I didn't gain any performance. So if you're looking for best performance, just stick with the stock to, ported stock, guys. So that's what you got for number 3. All right, guys. Number 2 on this list is something that I still, to this day, still get asked if they should put them on. And I say no. Absolutely no. Absolutely not. Will it give you power over stock? Yes. But you're going to spend almost the same amount of money, and it is shorty headers. Stop. If you're going to upgrade your headers, don't go with shorties. If you're going to upgrade, just get long tubes. You're going to spend a little bit of extra money and go on long tubes. You're going to get substantially more power over it. Like a lot of guys say they're you got an exhaust leak, the bolts break, whatever. If you're going to just do that, then just fix it. Don't even bother buying the shorties. Guys want to do that. It's like, oh, while I'm under there, I'm also put shorty headers on, which, okay, you're getting really nothing out of them. You're getting a little bit of power out of it. Really no torque, or it's vice versa. I don't remember which one it is. It's either a little bit of torque and no power, or a little bit of power and no torque. Not too sure. There's been dyno results and they don't do anything. 5 horsepower. You're not going to feel that. Get yourself some long tube headers, man. Cats, catless, green cats, high flow cats, whatever option you want. Get long tube headers. Yes, they're going to come with a wide pipe because the headers or primaries are much longer. And guys, even on the forums, still ask, should I just get long, or should I just get shorty headers while I'm in there? No, just don't even bother. If you just wait till you have the money for long tubes, and when you're under there, or whoever is under there, have them put the long tubes in, and then bam, you got much more power. It's going to be louder. It's going to be a broader performance all around the whole entire RPM range. And you're going to need long tubes if you continue to modify and want to go up and up and up and up. Yeah, just long tubes will last. Shorties eventually are going to give you nothing. Even from the beginning, they're going to give you nothing. They're pointless. I don't even know if anyone's even making them anymore. JBA may be the only company, or BBK may be the only 2 companies that even make them for the Ram. And BBK is one of the worst quality shorty headers for the Ram ever. JBAs are better, but just completely avoid shorty headers. Save up the extra money and get long tubes. I would even say this: save up the money, or even, I know JBA is not making long tubes anymore. I'll say this: even look at eBay. Even the eBay long tubes, even though they're cheap, they're not the world's greatest fitment. Some of them, people have no issues. You could spend that money and get a stainless steel long tube header instead of going with the shorty header. It's probably the eBay long tubes are going to cost you less or the same as shorties. They're a little bit more, work to put in than the shorties, but you know what? It's the better option. So please just avoid shorty headers for your Ram. Go straight with long tubes. You'll thank me next time. You'll thank me in the long run. Trust me. All right, guys. Number 1 mod to avoid. I don't even know if you want to call this a mod. I would call this a downgrade, because I had it, and it is the worst thing I've put on this truck, period. If you guys are old school to this channel, you already know what it is. If you're new to the channel, you're going to be like, oh, what is it? It is the Yukon DuraGrip LSD for the Rams. Absolute trash unit, and I will tell you my story of what happened and why I will never suggest, and even Matt doesn't even sell them. No website even sells them anymore, Performance, because they're terrible. Absolutely junk and trash. So I had this truck, and you know, I had the Mopar, stock Mopar limited slip in there. Great. It was great. It was great until one day I'm driving literally to the store, and I felt the rear, you know, ding dong dong. It was going. You could feel it. Felt like something was banging in there, and I didn't, you know, told Steve, my mechanic. He was like, "Yeah, that's your rear, buddy. We're gonna need a new limited slip, whatever. Bing bang boom. New gears, new install kit." So I'm like, all right, you know, first thing thought, I'm gonna go to another Mopar. And I was talking to Steve for a little bit. We're searching around. I looked online and I saw Yukon LSD, and Yukon's supposed to be, you know, back then Yukon was actually pretty good quality stuff. And I actually bought it off eBay and had a great deal. Yukon LSD, boom. I'm like, oh man, this is going to be a great upgrade. This is a better upgrade than the Mopar. I'm going to have a nice strong rear. So got it all, I think within 2 months after I had it, maybe a month and a half. I was on my way to the track, and I gave it some gas. Boom, the rear broke. On the way to the track, just giving it gas. I thought it was a fluke. You know, I thought it was a fluke. So I ordered, because I know they're replaceable, so I ordered just the spider gears for the inside unit. So I had Steve come over. Steve's like, yeah, it could have been a fluke. And this is the time I didn't know how bad these things were. So Steve came in. He came over one day, ordered the new spider gears. He came over, put the new spider gears in. I'm like, no big deal. And Matt from Moe's and other people on the forum said, why would you get Yukon? And Matt's like, I stopped selling them because it kept breaking. And come to find out, you know, I was like, I didn't know, Matt, you know what I'm saying? So we installed the Yukon gears, and we, you know, drove it around. Everything seemed pretty good. I was happy. I was like, okay, not too bad. First trip at the track of the year. Broke them. First pass, literally at the line. As soon as I hit it, was done. So I drove it around for very little bit, just driving, no flooring, nothing crazy. It may have been a month or so after I got them replaced, so I broke 2 Yukon units in a matter of 4 or 5 months. Used the proper weight oil, everything you're supposed to do, and some people are like, oh, it wasn't installed. Everything was done properly. And I'm not the only one that's had issues. Everyone's had issues with these units, and they are just complete trash. So I went with a much better unit. Actually, after I broke at the track, I made a video about it. I was so upset. I got with Matt from Moe's, and he hooked me up with everything I need for the True Track rear, which is on this truck now. And it's been 9s in Matt's truck. It's been 9s in Jason's truck and Rick's truck, so the Yukon rear can take an abuse, and it hasn't broken yet. Matt hasn't even. No one's broken the actual LSD unit, which is awesome, because I know the LSD unit in this will take a shit ton of abuse until we break it or we make too much power like everyone else is, and they actually just break axles and pinions and stuff like that. So guys, those are the 5 mods that I say completely avoid. Because there's better options. There are better options than those 5 mods, without a doubt. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully we get back to the track soon. Hopefully, I know it's been a couple of weeks since I've made a racing video, because, well, Jay's been sick, and I haven't gotten an upgraded tune from him. And we need an upgraded tune before we can hit the track. And yeah, so hopefully he's, you know, feeling better soon, and he can get me an upgraded tune. We can get back into that process and hit the track and try to get them better numbers, guys. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit that subscribe, hit the like, hit comment, or make a comment, whatever you guys got to do, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.